Adam Pearce just shook the WWE Universe in a way nobody saw coming. After Bron Breakker's brutal and shocking backstage attack on Jey Uso, Pearce stepped up with unwavering authority and dropped a bombshell. "You're fired." Yeah, you heard that right. In a world where power often talks louder than rules, Pearce reminded everyone that no one, no matter how dominant or destructive, gets to break the rules without facing real consequences. This wasn't just another storyline twist. It was a powerful statement that WWE management isn't afraid to take a stand, even against their most fearsome superstars. Wrestling wildcard fans, buckle up. This is the kind of drama that changes everything. Setting the scene, backstage at Monday Night Raw. To truly grasp the gravity of what went down, you have to step inside that backstage world of Monday Night Raw. It's a place humming with urgency and tension, where every corner pulses with anticipation and adrenaline. The harsh fluorescent lights overhead aren't warm or welcoming. They spotlight the stark reality behind the glitz and glam of the televised show. Concrete walls line the corridors, cold and unyielding, and steel beams crisscross the ceiling, adding to the industrial feel. The scent of sweat, worn leather, and the faint metallic tang of equipment fills the air, mixing with the muffled sounds of the crowd just beyond the arena walls. Amid this, a chaotic rhythm unfolds. Crew members dart back and forth with cables slung over shoulders and camera rigs rolling on dollies, their faces serious and focused. Production assistants bark orders through headsets, juggling last-minute changes and timing cues. It's a well-oiled machine, but one that's anything but calm. For the wrestlers, backstage is more than just a thoroughfare. It's a kind of sanctuary. It's where they catch their breath, patch up bruises, psych themselves up, or exchange knowing glances with allies and rivals alike. It's a hotbed of raw emotion, whispered strategies, and simmering tension. But on this night, the usually neutral ground was shattered. The backstage area morphed from a place of camaraderie into a battlefield, setting the stage for one of the most brutal and unexpected moments WWE fans have witnessed in recent memory. It was a night where the usual backstage chatter was replaced by the sound of chaos and fear. The calm before the storm. Jey Uso's routine. Jey Uso's presence backstage that night was routine, almost mundane. But in wrestling, nothing is ever really ordinary. Picture Jey, a seasoned veteran and former bloodline powerhouse, still dripping with the sweat and exhaustion of a hard-fought match. His ring gear clings to his muscular frame, testament to the physical toll he's just endured. His breathing is heavy but measured, a rhythm forged over years of brutal encounters. Maybe he's headed toward catering, craving something to refuel his battered body. Or maybe he's making his way back to the locker room, to a quiet corner where he can drink water and reassess his strategy. There's a calmness to his movements, a confidence that comes from knowing the ropes, literally and figuratively. Jey has been in the trenches with some of the biggest names in WWE, including clashes with Roman Reigns and the dominance of the Bloodline faction. His reputation as a fighter and a survivor precedes him. This is a man who has faced adversity time and again and come out stronger. Yet, that calmness was about to be shattered. Jey's walk, which might have seemed like just another moment in the wrestling grind, was the calm before an unimaginable storm. The quiet confidence of a seasoned warrior would soon collide with the raw, untamed fury of a force unlike anything he had faced backstage before. Enter the human wrecking ball, Bron Breakker, unleashed. Then, without warning, the scene explodes into chaos. Bron Breakker arrives like an unstoppable freight train, driven by a mix of raw power and a legacy that commands respect and fear. If you haven't seen him in action, imagine the sheer physicality of the Steiner brothers, legends of wrestling known for their explosive strength and fierce competitiveness, and multiply that by 10. Bron Breakker carries that lineage not just in his blood, but in every sinew of his body. His presence alone demands attention: broad shoulders, rippling muscles, and a look in his eyes that tells you he's not here to play games. His attack is swift, brutal, and merciless. There's no hesitation, no warning. He blindsides Jay from behind, catching him completely off guard. The collision is violent, a thunderous impact against production crates and metal cases that shudder with the force. This wasn't just a brawl. It was an act of calculated destruction. Bron wasn't simply expressing frustration or anger. He was making a statement, a declaration of dominance that transcended any individual rivalry. His attack shattered the illusion of backstage safety, turning what should have been neutral territory into a war zone. The sound of chaos echoed through the corridors, crashing equipment, overturned tables, and the unmistakable thud of bodies colliding. In that moment, Bron Breakker embodied a force of nature, a human wrecking ball reshaping the backstage landscape with terrifying intensity. The assault, breaking down the brutality. To understand the full impact of this attack, we need to examine it step by step. This wasn't some impulsive shove or a heat-of-the-moment argument. Bron's assault was surgical, deliberate, and meant to leave no doubt about who was in control. It began with the most ruthless of tactics, attacking from behind. This move denied Jay any chance to defend himself or prepare mentally for the onslaught. Bron seized Jay and with an almost primal roar hurled him into a towering stack of production crates. The sound of impact wasn't just loud. It was seismic, like a bomb exploding in a quiet neighborhood. The crates shuddered and toppled, metal and wood flying as Jay's body crashed against them. But the devastation didn't end there. Before Jay could recover, Bron was already on top of him, unleashing a relentless barrage of strikes and maneuvers that displayed his pit bull mentality, a fierce determination to dominate completely. The culmination of this brutal attack was the Spinebuster, a move designed to sap the energy from any opponent. But here's what made it truly terrifying. Bron executed the Spinebuster not inside the ring on a cushioned mat, but on the unforgiving concrete backstage floor. The cold, hard ground amplified the impact, making it almost unimaginable. Everyone who witnessed it, crew, security, and fellow wrestlers, stood frozen, the brutality resonating through their very bones. This wasn't just a wrestling move. It was a declaration of raw, unfiltered power that echoed far beyond the physical damage. The psychology of violence, why this attack mattered. What truly elevates this moment beyond just physical violence is the psychological weight behind it. Bron Breakker's attack was not a lapse in judgment or a loss of control. It was a calculated act with a very clear purpose. By choosing Jey Uso, a man respected not just for his skill, but also for his resilience and leadership, Bron was sending a chilling message to the entire WWE roster. This attack broke an unspoken code of backstage conduct. Typically, backstage areas are considered neutral zones, sanctuaries where wrestlers can momentarily shed their in-ring personas and simply be themselves. By violently violating this space, Bron wasn't just attacking Jay. He was disrupting the very fabric of trust and safety that holds the locker room together. His message was unmistakable. No one is untouchable, no sanctuary is safe, and dominance isn't just about what happens inside the ring. It's about control, fear, and reshaping the power structure behind the scenes. This was psychological warfare at its finest, a move designed to intimidate, unsettle, and assert authority in a way words never could. Management and wrestlers alike were left grappling with the implications. Would this embolden others? Would it force WWE to respond in kind? The ripples of Bron's brutal backstage ambush would be felt long after the echoing crashes had faded, signaling a new era of chaos and confrontation within WWE's walls. Enter Adam Pearce, the man behind the badge. Adam Pearce steps into this chaotic scene as more than just another referee. He's a seasoned veteran of WWE's intense environment. Think of him as the calm eye in a storm, a figure who understands the complex dynamics at play, the pressures of live television, the egos of wrestlers, and the razor-thin line between scripted entertainment and real danger. Pearce is someone who's spent years navigating backstage politics, high-stakes matches, and volatile personalities. So when he arrives, it's not with surprise, but with measured composure. Imagine Pearce rounding the corner expecting the usual backstage hustle, crew moving equipment, wrestlers gearing up or cooling down. Instead, he walks into a scene that looks like a disaster zone. There are cables and cases strewn about, catering tables overturned, and in the middle of it all lies Jey Uso, motionless and vulnerable. Standing over the wreckage is Bron Breakker, a living, breathing symbol of destruction, his posture dominating the space. Yet, despite the severity of the situation, Pearce's face remains unreadable. There's no panic, no hesitation, just a focused determination. He recognizes this isn't just another backstage altercation. This is something far more dangerous, a threat to the very order that keeps WWE functioning. His presence symbolizes the line between chaos and control, and his response will set the tone for what comes next. The showdown. Authority versus anarchy. What happens next crackles with palpable tension, like the air before a thunderstorm. Bron Breakker, still charged with the adrenaline of his brutal assault, squares off with Adam Pearce. It's a standoff between raw, untamed force and calm, unyielding authority. Everyone watching holds their breath, wondering if Bron will push the limits even further, or if Pearce's authority will hold. The moment Pearce speaks, it's not with anger or desperation, it's with unwavering confidence and clarity. "You're fired." Those 4 words hang in the air, sharp and definitive. They slice through the noise and destruction like a blade, cutting off any chance for further chaos. This exchange is more than just words. It's a showdown of power dynamics. Bron Breakker embodies the wild, destructive energy that threatens to overwhelm order. Pearce represents the rules, the authority that must reassert itself to prevent anarchy. The tension between them symbolizes the eternal wrestling between freedom and control, chaos and discipline in the WWE world. Pearce's command is measured and deliberate, a reminder that despite the spectacle of violence, there are consequences. This moment is electric, charged with the weight of authority pushing back against rebellion. Bron Breakker's reaction, from fury to calculation. For a fleeting moment, Bron Breakker's expression shifts. Gone is the raw fury and animalistic rage that fueled his attack. In its place is a cold, calculating look, a rare glimpse behind the mask of pure aggression. This man, who just tore through a legend like Jey Uso, doesn't respond with defiance or arrogance. Instead, there's a subtle acknowledgement of the reality he faces. This reaction speaks volumes. Bron isn't just a brute. He understands the rules of the game, the invisible structure that governs WWE beyond the physical battles. His brief pause hints at respect for the system, recognition that raw strength, no matter how overwhelming, has limits within this carefully constructed world. This moment of calculation suggests Bron is reassessing his position. The challenge is no longer just about domination through violence, but about navigating the delicate balance of power backstage. It's a nod to the fact that in WWE, muscle alone can't solve everything. Strategy, respect for authority, and politics play a huge role. That flicker of respect for Adam Pearce's position also signals Bron's potential growth as a character. He's more than just a wrecking ball. He's a player in a bigger game, one where understanding the system can be as important as breaking bones. The bigger picture. What this means for WWE. This confrontation isn't just about one violent attack or a referee's decision. It represents a larger clash of two fundamental forces within WWE. Bron Breakker embodies the unstoppable force, raw physical power, heritage, and an indomitable fighting spirit that makes him a genuine threat to anyone in the locker room. He's the embodiment of chaos, a living symbol of what happens when aggression goes unchecked. Adam Pearce, on the other hand, represents the immovable object. He's the system's human face, the rule enforcer, the guardian of order and discipline. Pearce's power isn't in his fists, but in his position and credibility. He's the backbone that keeps the WWE machine running smoothly, ensuring that even the most explosive personalities don't cross the line into real destruction. Their collision is symbolic of the delicate balance WWE must maintain, fostering the drama, intensity, and physicality that fans crave, while keeping the environment safe and professional. It's a reminder that strength alone can't dictate the narrative. There must be order, respect for authority, and consequences to maintain harmony. This moment marks a turning point in WWE's ongoing story. It sets a precedent for how far someone can push before the system pushes back, reinforcing the idea that no superstar, no matter how dominant, can operate outside the boundaries of respect and discipline. The psychological war, more than just a fight. This confrontation isn't just a physical brawl or a simple act of discipline, it's a deep psychological battle playing out on multiple levels. Bron Breakker's brutal attack on Jey Uso goes far beyond mere violence. It's a calculated move designed to shake the entire locker room's confidence and disrupt the delicate balance backstage. Bron isn't just looking to hurt one man, he's making a statement to everyone watching. The old order is fragile, and fear can be a powerful tool to unsettle even the toughest veterans. On the flip side, Adam Pearce's quick and resolute response is just as psychological. By firing Bron Breakker on the spot, Pearce asserts control, signaling to the roster that chaos and disrespect won't be tolerated, no matter how strong or intimidating the offender. This sends a clear message that the rules are non-negotiable, and any attempt to undermine authority will have immediate consequences. It's a power play that emphasizes order over rebellion. Together, these actions create a tense psychological battlefield where fear, respect, control, and rebellion clash. The backstage environment, often seen as a sanctuary, is now charged with tension, where every move and reaction carries weight. This moment elevates the storyline from a mere fight to a cerebral contest of dominance and discipline, where minds and wills are tested as much as bodies. A storyline for the ages. From a storytelling perspective, this angle is pure gold, the kind of narrative that keeps fans hooked episode after episode. It pits two iconic archetypes against each other: the rebellious powerhouse who thinks he's above the rules versus the steadfast enforcer who stands as the ultimate reminder that no one is. This dynamic resonates on a human level, mirroring real-life tensions where individual talent clashes with institutional authority. Bron Breakker represents chaos, unpredictability, and the challenge to the status quo, an unstoppable force that refuses to be tamed. Adam Pearce embodies order, discipline, and the rule of law within WWE's world, showing that structure is essential for the system to survive and thrive. Their conflict is not just about physical dominance. It's a metaphor for the eternal struggle between freedom and control, rebellion and conformity. This kind of storytelling is compelling because it taps into universal themes that go beyond wrestling. Fans don't just watch for the moves, they invest emotionally in the characters and the battles they face, both inside and outside the ring. This storyline promises to unfold with plenty of twists, power shifts, and character development, ensuring it will be talked about for years to come. Wrestling Wildcard Nation. What do you think? Now, it's time to bring the conversation to the fans, the lifeblood of WWE and Wrestling Wildcard alike. Did Adam Pearce deliver the perfect, authoritative response to Bron Breakker's devastating backstage rampage? Was his decision to fire Bron immediate and justified, or will management's backing be crucial in turning those words into real consequences? Fans are also invited to debate Bron's motives. Was his attack a strategic power move to shake up the roster? Or did he cross an unforgivable line that demands discipline? This paragraph invites fans to engage, share opinions, and debate the implications of this moment. It acknowledges the passionate community that surrounds wrestling, where every storyline moment sparks discussion and differing viewpoints. Encouraging fans to weigh in creates a sense of community and involvement, making them feel like active participants in the unfolding drama. By opening the floor to questions and opinions, Wrestling Wildcard fuels excitement, speculation, and anticipation for what's next, keeping the fan base energized and connected to the ongoing narrative. Closing thoughts: the drama that makes WWE great. At its core, moments like this remind us why WWE remains must-see television. It's not just about the spectacular matches or the breathtaking moves, it's about the intricate, layered storytelling and psychological depth that unfold both inside and outside the ring. The collision between Bron Breakker and Adam Pearce exemplifies how WWE blends physicality with drama to create unforgettable moments. This confrontation illustrates that power in WWE comes in many forms, not just brute strength, but also authority, strategy, and influence. When those powers collide, the stories become compelling and resonate deeply with fans, elevating wrestling from simple entertainment to a rich, emotional experience. Wrestling Wildcard closes with a promise to keep fans updated on every twist, turn, and explosive moment, emphasizing the ongoing nature of the WWE saga. It's a reminder that wrestling is the greatest show on earth because of these stories that captivate, surprise, and engage viewers week after week.